Hello and welcome to Microsoft Excel. In Microsoft Excel, you will see this green tab here. First of all, the screen panel. On the screen panel, you will see there are options to switch between different functions. And then there is this gray area which has all the functions and features that you can perform in Microsoft Excel. And at the bottom, you will see this white area where you can put in all your data and you will be performing all of your functions. In this white area, you will see that there are multiple small boxes, in fact millions of small boxes. Each of these small boxes is called a cell. If you look at the vertical context of the cell, you will see there is an alphabet mentioned. You can call this cell with the name of this alphabet. But if you will look at this horizontal context of the cell, you will see there is a number that is mentioned. So this vertical context is called a column. So each of these are different columns. This column will be called column F, this column will be called column G. And if you look at the vertical context, each of these rows will have a separate numbers. For example, this row will be called row 9 and this row will be called row 10. So if you click anywhere in the spreadsheet, you will be selecting a cell. So this cell is a part of column G and row 7. So we will be calling this cell G7. So if you look at this one, for example, say this one, this cell is a part of column K and row 9. So we will be calling it cell K9. Now that you know a cell, you can do a lot of different things in a cell. So for example, you can write any text. For example, I'm writing the name of John. You can write any number, for example 100. You can write any date, for example today's date, that is 27th of April 2020. And you can even write a specific amount, for example $20. Once you have mentioned all of these things in your cell, you can do multiple things. You can color a cell from this top panel here. For example, I'm coloring it yellow. You can color only the text, not the fill of the cell, rather you can only color the text as well. So for example, I'm selecting red here from the top panel here. You can also box a particular cell. For example, I'm doing a boxing on this cell, and that is, you can see now this cell is boxed. And you can also make bold a text, you can also make it italic, you can also underline. So these are multiple things that you can do with a particular cell. You can also change the font of a cell. For example, you can change it to a different font, any font you want from this top panel here. And you can also change the size of the font, for example to 18 from this top panel here, right? And then you can also change the alignment of a cell. So for example, if I want to make John centrally aligned, I will click here. If I want John to be left aligned, I will click here. And if I want John to be so this was right aligned. If I want John to be left aligned, I will click here. This way you can also control the alignment of a particular cell. Similarly, you can also control the alignment from top to bottom. So if you look at this one, this is not quite visible here at this moment, but I will show you later. So if you have to resize a complete column or a complete row, you can easily do that. You will go at this top panel here, and you will, when you will drag it here, you will see that there's an arrow sign on the both sides. You will click and you will drag this on the left to right. The column will be resized. Similarly, if I want to drag down to small this column, I will be selecting here and dragging it down on the left, and this column will be made small. Now that we know how to fix the width of a column, let us discuss the width of a row as well. So you will be going here on this left panel, and once you will drag, you will see this icon of top and below arrow. Once this icon appears, just click and drag, and you will be able to adjust the height and width of a row. And similarly, you can adjust the height and width of a column from top bar. So you can quickly do these functions of Excel by selecting the complete column. So I will select the complete column, and I can text the complete, I can color the complete text here. And similarly, I can select a row and I can color the complete row in one go. So you can apply the functions on a row and a column rather than on a cell step by step. You can save your time this way. So let me show you a few more features of Excel very quickly. Let me write something here in the cell. What is the name of the cell? You can quickly guess it. This cell is H3. So in H3 I have mentioned Smith, and let me let me give it a different angle. So I have given an angle to Mr. Smith. Let me give it another. So you can say I have given this angle. So this is particularly important when you want to highlight some specific cell, or you want to give some kind of guideline, some kind of heading to these specific cells. So a few more things that we can quickly do: we can merge cells here, and we can also wrap cells. So with wrap cells, what we can do with these wrap cells, let me show you here. Let me write something here in this column, in fact. So what is the name of this cell? You can see here this cell is H14. So you can also see this name is mentioned here. When you will change the cell, you will see that the name is also getting changed here. So let's go back to H14 and let's write United States of America is the it has 50 states. Okay, so you will see that now my text has gone into the two lines. What I want to do is that I want to fix the length of this the width of this cell, to make sure that this all comes in the same column. So I will select this area and I will click on wrap text, and you will see that Excel has automatically extended the width of this cell. Okay, so these are some quick features that you can perform on Microsoft Excel on any cell. So this is just a beginner. This is just an introduction of a cell and a column. What is a column, what is a row, how you can select a column and a row, and what you can actually do with this. Okay, so let me show you some quick features about columns and rows. For that, what I need to do is that I will go up here at this column, and I will be first of all I will be selecting this column D, and I will be giving it a color, for example say color gray color. Now what I will do is that I will right click, I will click on this column E to select this, and I will right click here to insert a new column, and I will click insert. It will be giving it will be adding a new column here. Similarly, you can add new rows. Let me do it here. So if I select this column color, first of all I will select this row here, and I will give it a color just to highlight that new rows getting added. And now that I have done it, I will be clicking insert, and it has added a new rows here. So this way you can add and delete new columns and rows. And now if I have to delete something, if I have to delete a column, for example say if I want to delete this particular column, I will select here, this particular row, I will select here, and I will right click, and I will click delete, and it will delete all this cell completely from my spreadsheet. Now if I have to delete this particular column here, which contains all the data, I will click here, and I will be doing the right click, and I will be making it delete. And Excel has deleted all of these columns and rows. So you can add columns, you can delete columns, and you can add data as you like. These are the functions that you can quickly perform in Microsoft Excel.